Hello, everyone. It's so good to see you all here. Thank you to separate your time from this weekend day and being with us. So today we're going to give some information about our course and our upcoming cycle. And we have finished our first cycle successfully. Now we're getting ready to start the next cycle, which is our second cycle. So thanks again for joining. Please, if you have any problem with the audio or something else, any technical issues, please feel free to ask your questions through our Zoom chat there. Sean will take care of it. Otherwise, we can start, I believe, right, Sean? Yeah. First of all, we want to start with who we are and what we are doing. I want Shaheen to start about himself, and I'm gonna continue after that. Please, Shaheen.
Thank you very much, Fuad. I appreciate it. So real quick about myself, name is Shaheen. I also go by Sean to make it easy. I've been in the field for more than 10 years now. I've been in, right now I'm working in one of the financial regulators, which is one of the lead names, one of the leading names, one of the dominant names in the field of SDET, Software Development Engineers Test. I had experience in different fields, different domains, not just finance. I had the chance to work in projects in entertainment, in communication. I had few regulatory clients where I got to know different sides of the business. On my own time, I enjoy solving puzzles, and I believe this is one of the reasons that this field really, I really enjoy being in this field. I like solving puzzles. I like doing some math exercises once in a while, and I enjoy the creative side of the coding itself. And currently, I live in Houston, Texas. That's all a little bit about myself.
Thank you, Shaheen. Let me talk about myself a little bit. I've been in this industry in IT field a couple of years, like now 6 years of solid experience that I have. Before that, in high school, I had some IT background. I'm currently lead estate in my team that I'm working, that's what we are producing in here, guys. That's what you're going to become also. One day lead estates, one day QA managers, hopefully in the future, the tech lead, who knows. So I have experience in investment banking and healthcare domains, and also hopefully soon I'm going to start with the entertainment domain. For my free times, I enjoy to play chess, and also I have a math background like Shaheen. Maybe that was a big plus for us in this field, but in general, we do not expect you to have some math background or programming background. We don't care about your background, guys. Currently, I live in Alexandria, Virginia. The weather is good. I think we can move on. So, what's our mission here? Why did we start this kind of bootcamp? The first reason is provide available engineers to IT industry. So, guys, right now there are a lot of engineers around in this field. There are a lot of QAs, a lot of estates, but valuable, especially that's why we said valuable engineers instead of provide engineers. So everyone call them, if you ask that people works in this industry, they call themselves engineers. But when you look at them from the side, it's not like that. So our first purpose is providing valuable engineers who is going to make difference in their projects, in their companies, who will be pointed at with the fingers like, this is the guy, main guy in our team. That was the first reason. Also, we are here to help people to open a new chapter in their life. So besides this estate experience, if you look at my background, I'm coming from totally different fields. Like in the United States, I've tried myself in different spheres, in different fields, but I end up here. This caught my attention. I felt more comfortable in here. So I opened a new chapter, better chapter for myself. That's what we are trying to do. We are trying to help the others no matter what kind of background you guys have, we're trying to help you to open a new chapter like we did in our life. So also growing a worldwide family of engineers. What do we mean with that? So guys, we gain this programming skills we have learned. Then I ended up working with Shaheen in XYZ company. We actually worked together in one of the companies. So, but how I ended up in that company? So I was working for a different company. One day I said, I'm so bored here. I was doing only manual testing, which is not for me because I'm a technical person. So I called my friend that I wanna come to your company. He told me like, oh, Shaheen is here. Let me talk to him. I think they have a position in their team. I said okay. And then Shaheen called me that, oh yeah, we have a position in our team. Let me refer you to my company. So do you see? That's what we are talking about. So then I start to work with Shaheen. Of course, after that, I moved to a different company. So that's what we are trying to do in here. Providing available engineers, also growing a worldwide family of engineers. Tomorrow, whenever we need something, it's not only about job, it's not only about helping someone to find a job. It's also about, can be something else, even not related to the this field, not related to the IT, something else. You might need some help. We are here. We will try to do our best. So why should you consider to change your path to IT? The first reason, guys, IT is a growing demand. It has a growing demand. This IT industry, it grows very fast, rapidly, with a high demand there is a high demand for skilled people. So in the beginning, if you remember, I told you guys, if you look at everyone who works in this industry, they call themselves engineers. But it doesn't mean that they're professional. It doesn't mean that they bring some value to their company. That's why, even though there are a lot of engineers in this field, IT industry demands more and more skilled professionals, regardless the current news. So if Shaheen wants, he can talk about the current news, what is going in the world, and he can give more information.
Yeah, to give you a break as well, Fuad, thank you very much. So everyone probably has heard about like all these headlines on the news that, oh, people are getting fired, Amazon is letting go 10,000 people, I don't know, Google's letting go 20,000 people, and so on and so forth. Now, there are a couple of things I want to share. One of those things is that Amazon is a technology company. So when you hear the news saying that Amazon is letting go 10,000 people, you automatically think that there are 10,000 developers out there without a job. That's not the case. Amazon has warehouse workers, Amazon has drivers, Amazon has all types of employees. So out of those 10,000 people, Amazon is not letting go 10,000 developers. It's probably letting go of 1,000 developers or so. Okay. Now, let's say there are still 1,000 more people out there in the market looking for jobs. Does that affect the market? Yes, it does. But one important thing, being in the market ourselves, I have my connections with my vendors. I work with people who work with getting people for different clients, including Amazon. Right now, what's happening is, yes, job openings are still available, but now there are a lot more candidates for each job opening compared to 2021 and 2022. However, there are not good candidates. In 2019, I remember when I was doing hiring back in my current company back in 2019, our problem was we would have 2 or 3 candidates who did very well in the interview. So our problem was, which one should we choose? Right now, for the last 6 months, our problem is, out of 30 people we interviewed, we couldn't choose one. So right now, like on Friday, we had a conversation with our team, and team is saying that we interviewed one guy. He looks okay. He's better than others. So we might consider hiring him. not because he's great, not because he's the guy we're looking for, but simply because he's better than others. So even though there are all these news of people being fired, even though there are all these news that there is not enough demand anymore in the job, those news are not the reality of what's happening in the market. Right now, what's happening in this industry is there is a need for knowledgeable, for skilled engineers, but there are not enough of them. Okay, so we will, like Fuad said earlier in the previous slide, we will make you those skilled engineers who will be needed by these jobs. Our goal is to basically not just help you put on your resume that I am an SDET. Our goal is to help you claim and prove that. I hope this explains this. If you guys again have any questions, please use the chat feature. We'll be happy to hear from you. Okay, Fuad, you want to take it from here?
Thank you very much. After Shaheen explained the situation, let me continue. What could be the other reasons to choose this IT field? Another reason is quick education. It's really fast to learn. Also, ability to get trained in a short period of time. So let me talk about myself. When I first heard about like changing my path to the IT field, I was like, could I do that in this period of time? Why did I think about it, guys? Because I was looking at people who let's say graduated from the universities, like with 4 years of experience and plus 2 years of masters and plus extra, like materials they have read, and then they have a lot of knowledge. I was thinking, is it possible to gain that kind of knowledge in this short period of time? So I'm not gonna say that you will have that much of knowledge, no. But what I will say, you will have more than enough skills, more than enough tools in your toolkit to do whatever is required in this field. So to do that, this short period of time is more than enough. If you commit to the lessons, if you commit to your to this bootcamp will commit and give you more than whatever you expect, more than whatever they expect at work. I'm talking about the management at work. So it is possible, instead of spending that much of years in, let's say, universities, it is possible. And as you see, at least 2 proofs in front of you that who did it. If we did it, I believe everyone can do that. Second, the third reason, flexible work options. So many jobs in this field can be done remotely or on flexible schedule. So for example, guys, I used to work for one of the leading this credit companies, credit score companies, which is located in California. But where do I live? I live in East Coast, in Virginia. So look, I didn't even need to relocate to Virginia, to the California. And plus, I made a deal with them that I'm not gonna start to work at 12 p.m. I'm gonna start to work at 9 a.m. and I will end at 5 or 4 p.m. and I have plans after that. And you know what was their answer? They told me, we only need a result at the end of the day. I don't want you to show up on time, or I don't want you to be on here on time. Just try to attend to the meetings, like important meetings. That's all we need. So I was just participating in the meetings, like daily stand-ups and etc. And even when I was working with Shaheen in his company that he's working right now, there was no like strict hours that, oh, you have to be at work at 9 a.m. Someday I was going at 8 a.m. Someday I was going at 10 a.m. So main thing, guys, in this field is a result rather than like strict period, like strict schedule, like other jobs. Like you are not a nurse, you are not a let's say accountant, or you're not a bank employee. This is IT field, guys. Dress is free. I mean, you had up to you. The other things is up to you. Only a result. The last reason I would say is a quick employment. So right now there's a high demand for skilled professionals. So this demand is going to increase. Why I'm talking so confident about that, guys? Like Shahin said earlier, that Amazon fired, let's say, 1,000 people. Well, let's say 10,000 people. Out of those 10,000 people, 1,000 of them was in, like IT professions. Amazon fires, Google hires. Amazon fires, Bank of America hires. But look, did you see I said Bank of America? Maybe Bank of America is hiring more than other tech companies, guys. Those are the tech companies. Amazon fired engineers. So it doesn't mean the IT professionals does not only work for the tech companies. IT professionals works for schools. IT professionals works for police stations. IT professionals works for SSA, DOD, FBI, CIA, all of them. So, but the news are like this. Amazon fires. So it doesn't mean that Amazon fires the other companies are okay. Let's fire all the IT people. It's not like that, guys. So in every field of business, they need IT specialists. You might not need a registered nurse or doctor in Amazon, but you need an IT professional in a hospital. You might not need a let's say teacher in the banking industry, but you will need a IT professional in a school. So that's why I'm so confident about talking about like this demand is going to get higher and higher and higher. So this
just to add to that, for our students of our previous class, we actually had a fortunate event where we demonstrated that if you go to market on Tuesday, you can get an offer on the same week, Friday, right? So Farid is we have a guest speaker. He's gonna talk about his experience at the end of the recording. So if you want to hear it from him, please stay, and we will share with what happened and how we were able to prove that there is still a demand for skilled professionals. Okay, just wanted to add that. Thank you. Please go on.
And of course, I forgot this reason, guys. The most important, better salaries. Better salaries. IT industry, if you just want to Google it, go ahead and Google it and check for the average rate for the IT professionals, like estate professionals. An hourly rate of $55 plus is a modest expectation. Of course, if I ask Shahin, he is expecting way more than that. He would not. You cannot make him work for $55. But this is a modest expectation, guys. It can be higher than this for sure. So that's why I would recommend everyone to consider about changing their path and opening a new chapter in their life. What skills you will gain with us, guys? As a technical skills, you will gain, as you see on the screen, Java, programming language, Selenium WebDriver for automation purposes, rest assured also automation purposes, HTML, Git, Postman, and etc. We could not put all of them in single screen. That's why we just gave like highlighting the most important tools, but you will learn more than that. As soft skills, consider we can say agile software development. I don't want to talk about what is agile software development, but you will understand once you join or if you research it. Interview preparation. You will be guided individually, guys. I'm not talking like a team. Individually, you will guided and you will be trained by professionals how to act in interviews, how to talk, and how to explain things in interviews. Mentoring opportunities. So in here, you will mentor the others. So you will have that leading skills in later on in the let's say in the future. Once you find a job, if they ask you, can you lead a team? You will gain that skills with us as well. testing mindset. So since we focus on the testing side of this field, we will build that testing mindset in your brain. So what you will see the world different after you join to this bootcamp. So you will test everything. Like when you drive, you will test. When you think, you will test your thoughts. When you drink water, you will test the bottle. So you will have that kind of testing mindset, and we will build that, guys. Anything that you want to say?
Yes, real quick about the interview preparation part. Again, our guest speaker will speak at the end. He can confirm this. Unlike other bootcamps that you might have heard of, where the interview preparation means they just talk about how things happen, we actually record real interviews, not even mock interviews. We record real interviews that take place. We demonstrate that this is person A taking a real interview with the company ABC, for example. These are the real questions that they asked. These are real emotions that were conveyed. These are real answers given. This interview, the answer was rejection. So the person failed this interview, even though he or she thought he did well. The other interview, the person got an offer right 2 hours right after the interview. Or there was one more interview happened. The feedback was good, but the process for some reason lasted. So again, this is another biggest advantage of our bootcamp here, is that we just don't talk about them, we show them. And of course, it goes without saying that as part of interview preparation, we also do mock interviews with people who really hire for companies. We don't do mock interviews with someone who has no idea on how the field works or how the real interviews happen in the real environment. We work with people who do hire for companies, and there might be even cases that the person who does the interview says, you know what, if this graduate is able to take care of these and these and these features, as soon as I have an opening in my company, I will recommend him in, so we will just take him to the next round. Okay, so these are the few advantages that I am yet to hear from other bootcamps to offer, but we do already, because we understand what it is like to be in your shoes. Okay, thank you, Fuad.
Thank you, Shine. So who can join to this bootcamp? Who can start to learn with us? Anyone who is older than 18 years and has a passion to learn. You see, the 18 years, I skip really fast, but has a passion to learn. I said slowly, guys. Has a passion to learn is very important. We are not here to waste someone's time, also waste our time. We commit, and that's why we are expecting you to commit 100%. So it's very important. No IT background is required. We do not demand anyone who has an IT background, but that would be great if you have at least intermediate English level, because everything is in the materials is English and the teacher starts going to talk in English. Even programming language is in English, you write in English. So that's very important. Work authorization in a residing country is optional. The reason we're saying optional, if you just want to learn it, you still can join us and start to learn it. But if you want to work after you learn whatever you have learned, then it will be needed. You will need a work authorization in the residing country. How can you join the program, guys? It's very easy. You just need to visit our web page, ELM School, and join course section, and then you'll need to read the contract and then sign it and join the earliest available cycle. It's very easy, very, very fast paced joining period. Anything you want to add, Shine?
Not really, not at this time. The process is pretty straightforward. The process is pretty simple. And one thing I again want to emphasize that you shared in the previous slide is that we will want 100% commitment. We will commit to you, like Fuad said earlier. We will help you with all along the steps. We will commit to you, but for that commitment, we also require not request, but require full commitment from your side as well. We will need to see that you try, you do your best, and then whatever we see you need help with, that's when we will come in. Okay, that's the only thing I would like to emphasize: the commitment. Okay.
Equipment that you will need. Operating system Windows or Mac. Windows would be preferred because most of the companies, they have a contract with the Microsoft and they're using Windows in their environment, but Mac is also good, doesn't matter for us. CPU wise, it will be better if you have the Intel i5 or higher, or AMD Ryzen or higher. These are very simple specifications. Storage wise, we would recommend to have at least 128 GB or more. SSD is recommended, solid state drive will be recommended, and dual monitor setup is highly recommended, because on the one side you will see us on the screen, and on the right side at least you can do your practice. So that even once you join the work, once you join to your company after bootcamp, you will need to get used to work with dual monitors. Okay, so all studying materials, guys, will be provided by ELM School, and plus no one prevents you to research more and learn more. So we will give you enough, but if you want more than enough, please go ahead and research. And I love those kind of students who ask me the questions that I cannot answer. They come up with the questions because they research. They come up with the questions, and I said, sorry, I don't know the answer, but give me one day, and tomorrow in the class, let's discuss this question again. I love those kind of students. The internet is a vast and extensive ocean. Go ahead and research and learn more and gain more skills. That's all. Let's move. How will the education structure look like, guys? The education structure will be remote, virtual. We will have the Northwest European education approach. Shahin will talk about more, and guided and paced learning period that we will have. Shahin, if you want, please go ahead and explain. You're on mute.
Yeah, I'm trying to get myself off mute. All right. So the standard approach to education is the following: teacher comes to class, or instructor comes to class, the instructor becomes online, and the instructor starts talking about something new, and students try to understand what the instructor is saying, and they only have 2 hours for the instructor try to explain the new topic, and for the student try to understand the new topic. Then what happens is you're given a homework or not, and you go home and you get stuck with the homework. You cannot produce, or you cannot make it work. And the next day you're coming to class, and what's happening is now instructor is talking about something else, right? It's something new, but you had issue with the previous topic, and topics are built on top of each other. So what happens in the standard education process is that your foundation becomes loose, right? So you're building your education on top of a foundation that's not strong enough. So there is an education approach. This has been tested and approved in Northwestern Europe, especially in Finland and Sweden. Finland and Sweden has been like on the top of the developed countries when it comes to education processes. So I grasped this idea back when I was in school development back in the time. So what we are implementing here is the complete upside down approach. What's going to happen is we have created video reading materials for you to go and study the topics at home. So before you come to class, before the instructor starts explaining anything, you already know what the instructor is going to tell you, what the instructor is going to explain you. And in the class, what's happening is we are doing homework in the class. Why is that important? Why are we doing that? Because when you are familiar with the topic before you come to the class, if there is any gray areas, if there are any dark areas in your mind about the topic itself, you will have the chance to ask the instructor about that. And the instructor's job in that class is to make sure everyone has understood the concept. Instructor is not going to waste his time trying to explain everything from scratch, but instructor is going to spend his valuable time with you, making sure everything is crystal clear. And then during the class, you will be doing your homeworks, you will be doing your assignments, we will be doing exercises together to make sure that your understanding of the topic is concrete. Once that happens, when the next topic comes in, it builds on top of the earlier topic, which means that your foundation is strong and your understanding will kind of pile up on top of each other. We have practiced it, we have tried it, it works perfect. However, it requires dedication. So if you as a student, if you as a participant of this program, if you basically do not do your part of reading the materials, just reading and just watching the videos is more than enough. Because we have so much of our language of these reading materials is simplistic. We have developed it specifically for people who don't have an IT background. And I believe that we have created so much material that if you just read it once, and if you watch the recording once, that's enough. Your brain will do the learning for you. So you will not have to memorize anything. I don't like memorizing anything at all, except for certain phone numbers, but you will not have to memorize a concept. Yeah. And when you come to class, you will tell us what seems to be difficult for you, what seems to be not so clear for you, and we will focus on that instead of us trying to teach you something new in a 2-hour period. That's not working. Okay.
Thank you, Shaheen. Guys, we spend a lot of time to create those materials. Those materials are unique materials, guys. No one has those kind of materials. We basically wrote a book from scratch, and also we have really good recordings that if you just watch them, that will be, you won't even probably need me, and at some point you might to study something. Thank you, Shaheen. Let's move on. Supported by
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Supported by unique reading materials, video clips, coding assignments. Like I said earlier, guys, those materials are unique. You cannot find anything such like those materials anywhere else. Those video clips also, you will see on the video clips and Shaheen also, so which is also unique. And coding assignments, guys, Shaheen created some coding assignments from scratch that you cannot find it anywhere else. Ferdi will approve at the end, and supplemented by additional reading, practicing, and group works, guys. We have good group works, we have additional reading and practicing materials, we have a project that you're going to work on, we have all these things to make you, like we said earlier, valuable engineer in this field. What about the school schedule? Our school schedule is not easy. It's not something that you will just enjoy. Guys, our this schedule is very tough. That I don't want to scare you, but I'm just telling you the truth, because we are not here to waste time. We have short period of educational process. That's why we have a tough schedule. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, which is required from 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. The new topic will be discussed. Like, you're gonna watch the videos before class, and in the class we will discuss whatever you have learned, whatever you have not able to grasp. We're gonna discuss about it. These are required. Wednesdays and Fridays optional, but thanks to our students in first cycle, they treat these optional classes as a required classes. So they join every day from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time. We have office hours, group works, and recap. So what's going to happen? Let's say you miss something, after Mondays, you still have, or Tuesdays, Thursday, you still have something that you didn't understand, or maybe you might have another extra questions. On Wednesdays and Fridays, you will ask these questions from the instructors, and plus instructors will have some extra assignments for you guys. On Saturdays, which is required, from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, we have a new topic, and also we will repeat what we have learned so far. So this is our school schedule. You're going to be very busy. That's what I can promise you. What will be the tuition? Most interesting part for the student, I mean, the people in here probably. Tuition within cycle, guys, includes registration fee. Once you decide to register to this course, you'll need to pay $1,000, which is refundable during first 15 calendar days. So why we made it 15? Why we didn't make it 1 month or 2 months? The reason is, guys, we are not here to joke. We're not here to waste the time. We are here to show you what is going to happen actually. Within the first 15 days, guys, I assure that you will understand. Do you want to stay here, or you want to leave? So that's why we made it refundable during first 15 calendar days. So if you look at the other bootcamps, if you go check, maybe they have 1 month, but in the first 30 days, what I can assure you, what do? They show the very easy part of the programming language, very fun part of the programming language. So the students, they decide, okay, I can do that. Let me stay in this course. After 1 month, they start to show you the real face of the this industry. So we are not like that. Within 15 days, you will understand it is for you or it's not for you. So you will decide, you'll make your decision, and we will refund your money, and we'll say, see you next time, hopefully. Monthly installments will be 300, and we'll divide into 5 months. So which will make it 4,000 within cycle. And once you find a job, post-employment, you will pay $3,000 more, and this can be divided into 3 equal installments. But it's up to you if you want to make it installment or you want to pay all of it. And certain market support and products and services can be extra. So, Shine, do you want to add something, please?
A couple notes about the registration fee and the refund period. So yes, like Fuad said, this is where we will show you how dedicated we are. This is where we will want you to show us how dedicated you are, because our program is we designed our platform in such a way that we will see who did what at what time, right? So there is no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts. There are going to be assignments. Those are going to be graded assignments. We will be able to see how every single person performs, what time did they perform, how they perform, and so on and so forth. Like Fuad said, first 15 days will be enough for you to decide whether you are committed to this or not. And the program itself is 4 months. Usually boot camps say the program is 6 months, and what happens is you end up in the market after 8 months. So 6 months plus 2 months, whatever. And so we are not doing it. At the end of 4 months, the educational part is complete. We are starting May 15th. On September 15th, your education is going to be completed. On September 22nd, 1 week after that, you are expected to be in the market, so that by the end of the 5th month, which is October 15th, you should be able to get a job. Okay, that is our goal. 4 months of education plus 1 month of market support, you should be in a job. We are not saying 4 months of education, then what happens is we need 1 more month of education. We say, guys, okay, let's hang in 1 more month. No, we don't do that. Okay. And this right now, this is one of the lowest values out there, lowest numbers out there. And we're still, again, working with every single person individually. We're still, as you can see, 40% of the tuition, which is the $3,000, we're leaving it after the employment. Okay. Again, if you have any questions, which would like to speak up, please do so. We will have unrecorded session after this. And by the way, as I said earlier, we keep announcing it. We have a guest speaker that he will be able to also confirm that our previous batch, we started on December 12th. We wrapped up on April 12th. That's it. Okay. All right. That's all I wanted to add for. Thank you. Well, that's it.
Thank you. Please use the Zoom chat if you have any questions, or raise your hand if you want to talk. We can let you talk. And this is our webpage, ELM.school. That's my email, and that's Shahin's email, as you see on the screen. Please feel free to email us, or you can reach out through our phone, which is 202-747-6446, or via mail. You can mail your gifts to our mailbox. We appreciate the gifts. I'm joking, guys. So that's all. Feel free to ask questions, guys. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Like we said, our education is going to wrap up in 4 months. We wrapped up our meeting in 41 minutes. Now I'm going to stop recording again. Thank you very much, all. Thank you very much. This recording will be made available, and the next section right now, once the recording is stopped, I will allow you guys to unmute yourselves, so you'll be able to ask your questions directly. Again, for the record, thank you again for your time. We hope to work with all of you guys. Appreciate it.
Yes. Stop this.